Today, as we continue our Stationeers journey on the moon, progress comes forward on our potato room air cooling solution, supercooled pollutant is added into our closed loop waste section, and progress is resumed on the ore processing plant with some creative furnace placement. And now, on with the video. Well, hey there team, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to some more Stationeers. So we sort of left it well, not hanging, but we've become quite close to getting this little system up and running. So we need another bit of pipe. Now I'll just double check. I'm not necessarily recording these back to back as you might be watching them back to back. However, there are some rabid people that watch these the second they get put up, and I love that. Thank you. But I need to get my bearings. I think we need no, I've got silicon. Because I need to build one. Oh, well, you know, actually, I realize what the thing is. I'm short some pipe because I just didn't math it out properly. That's fine. Let's, I mean, shit, let's just split one. You know? Haha, I can little mouse click. It's turning into a bloody, a click adventure game. Which over time I've learnt to despise, sadly. I grew up on the old Monkey Islands and the Sierra games and that, but countless times I've said on the channel that I really dislike those games. And I'll tell you what, actually, I reckon there'd be a correlation between the kind of people that like this, where engineering the answer is the way forward, right? Oh, we're going to use half an iron. Oh well. You know, like, the answer to this problem is rooted in the fundamentals of, you know, engineering, physics, you know, known systems, essentially. The thing with all the old, like, Sierra sort of bloody, well, Monkey Island, I always use the same Monkey Island example. There was a dude in a barber shop in one of the missions. I just want to check this pipe. And you had to get his gold tooth. And, you know, you could try talking to him. You could apply logic. That shit wouldn't work. Because why would it? Oh, it's in probably my other tool belt. So basically you had to find some chewing gum or something like that and convince this prick to eat the chewing gum so that he broke his tooth chewing on it, or you had to fuck with the chewing gum to make it old and crunchy. And then he blows a bubble and the bubble has the broken off gold tooth and that floats up through the chimney outside and pops inexplicably and lands in a puddle, and then you have to look in the puddle to get the tooth. And that makes me say, get fucked. Because clearly the guy who wrote that puzzle was patting himself on the back of the writer's room. He's probably surrounded by similar ego-driven writers that are like, oh my god, bro, that's so clever. That's going to blow their minds. And it's like, no, you dickheads in your little bubble. It's not. And normal people think this is a dumb puzzle. But anyway, so there you go. That's a little rant to get you started. That's why you won't see me play point and clicks. And actually, if you do dig back into my backlog, because there's a lot of videos back there, I've done a couple of point and clicks and they always fucking end the same way. Every single time it'll be some spud of a puzzle and I politely crack the sads and move on. Alright, so passive vent. There. Yeah, we drained that. Did we end up draining that room out? I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, they're like the exact opposite of what this game is. Alright, so we need to make a passive vent. I'll just say on that topic, because I am a sucker for really pretty art and all that. I don't care much for realistic fidelity. You know, everyone's like, wow, look at the next gen graphics and all that, and I'm like, oh, whatever. Faces still look uncanny valley. Like, I'm not trying to take away from the hard work people put in. But I like stylized graphics, and point and click adventures generally have some really beautiful art, but then they're not a good game. Oh wow, those vents look really cool next to each other, don't they? Alright, here we go, team. So, we've got our thing plugged in, we've got our power plugged in. Now, the thing is, I'm not sure how much this is going to draw. We'll see. Like, I'm not actually sure how it activates, because it's not like a logic switch governed by a number, where, you know, say if you did that with an active vent, it'd be constantly flicking on and off, you know what I mean? Like, it'd just be going through a binary on-off. This has a set temperature to maintain and stays on the whole time. And we saw how quickly it was drawing heat out when we tested it. So I feel like once the room hits the target temperature, right? And so the required, let's say, work is much lower to move it, because this thing's only going to gradually go up by 1 degree every little chunk of time. It's not very fast. And in order to stabilize it, surely it's going to draw a realistic sort of relative amount of power. Do you sort of follow what I'm getting at? I don't feel like it's just going to be chugging back on the power non-stop. But I could be totally wrong. I just wonder where all that extra power would go. Like into heat or something? I don't know. Maybe it just disappears. Even this game has its limits. Alright, so this pipe's empty. So it's time to put the bloody... this in. Now, how much did we already tested a little bit into there. That's probably enough. I mean, it's more than 100 kPa in the canister. I mean, we could always just fill it up with more anyhow, right? So, give me that canister. Alright. Alright. Well, 180 in the pipe. And how much was it draws in for? 100. And that's at negative 90. Now, we're not sure if that's going to be enough. Right? But for the time being, that's fine. I just had a terrible thought. If this canister gets heated up because of the heat that this does, and I take it out and put it back into that system, no, I won't be putting... I was worried about putting heat back into the system that has a hydrogen mixture. But the mixture's not high enough anyway, but no, this is still after the filtered section. It's alright, don't mind me and my ramblings, team. Yeah, people have also pointed out, and I appreciate it, that we're going to have to create yet another system on top of this to cycle the CO2 and O2, because this is generating O2 for us. Oh, I didn't put it at vacuum, but it's at 2 kPa. What's in this atmosphere? Pure O2. Okay. Oh, look, the plants have generated O2 in a vacuum? That can't be right. Did we not empty this room? They've got no CO2. Have I found an exploit in this game by accident? Fully grown plants left in vacuum, so they can't die, but they're still generating oxygen with only water and potential... Well, they don't need water. Like, it says it has no sunlight, but it doesn't give a shit. Oh. I wonder. Maybe I'm missing something fundamental and people are like, no, Scarlet, you bloody squarehead. Let's put this bloody back in there. Okay, that's fine. Set outward. Oh wow, it's nice and loud, isn't it?
Filter low.
All right. Oh, well, we've still got some CO2 in here. So that's good. There's someone was saying that the plants enjoy a temperature of around 30 degrees, was it? Well, look, seeing as we've already got a 20-degree kind of profile, let's not mess with that, shall we? So we're going to go with 20 degrees. I'm going to put some bloody fresh new volunteers in here. Potato has no sunlight. Mate, I'd be worried if you were saying he did. Alright. 25 kPa. which is fine for the moment, I guess. Once we start turning this machine on, it's probably going to go down, I suppose. Now, this airlock system should still work just fine, though. It probably helped the system along because it's cooling as well. How are we going on filters anyway? See you later, mate. You know what? This time I'll show some adult responsibility and make one immediately. How's that sound? Wait, we've lost the half iron? Or what? Hang on. Because remember, I accidentally only used half. What if I go pipe? Oh, that the plot thickens there. Maybe I have to use the half up immediately. Oh, give me this potato. Actually, we should probably put the thing in my thing. All right, well, it's happening now, team. Here we go. We're going to turn this on. We're going to put it down to 20, and we're going to start. Oh dear. Oh, we haven't blown up yet. Kind of looking for that temperature again to slow down. It occurs to me that it is in the direct sun as well, which is a bit of a pain. Alright, let's go inside there, shall we? Go and interfere with this bloody system. Oh, it is 20 degrees in here. Might just sit in here for a second, see how we go. We're 19. And it's not moving. Interesting. 20. And it shouldn't go past 20. I guess because they're passive, you don't necessarily... Like, it's not like I'll see the particles getting sucked through flat out sort of thing. Pipe network. Says that pipe network's empty. That pipe network says strictly 20.1 degrees, and it's not moving. So that's the in pipe, isn't it? That one there. It's stable. The temperature's going nowhere, which is the system's working. I'm just surprised that says 0. It must be taking in the tiniest little amount and instantly processing it. But yeah, look, the temperature, once it got to 20 degrees, it has not moved at all. This is working. It should have, like, even just while we were sitting here, moved up. Okay. I think we did it, team. Oh, that's not it. That's Jay. Now it's dropping at a rate where we'll keep an eye on this, because it seems to me that this is dropping at a rate faster than it's going to cool overnight. Do we follow? So what we would probably do is potentially try covering the coolant area, make one of the old Scarlet tunnels, so that it's kept cool. You can see the pressure going up a little bit, but that makes sense as well. And we can also do another trip on the tank and put more surface area in there. And interestingly, the battery's reading blue over the other side through the window, you can see. So this is not we're not outdrawing our power production to cool this room. So that's cool. Let's cook a potato. I think we've done all right here, team. So this bloody thing over here is the next step, right? Now, someone pointed out. Oh, also, just one other thing on that over there. At one point, we're going to have to take our waste CO2 and pump it into that room and draw out the O2 as well. But I'm not in a hurry for that. So someone pointed out that the furnaces can actually rotate in 3 dimensions, which is really interesting because we're not using them as furnaces. What do we reckon you need there? I bet you it's a wrench. No. Crowbar. Jesus. Okay, mate. Look at that. That's so weird. Alright, so this does change things up a bit. Now, I don't think we can fit like 2 side by side. That's sort of what we covered before. Sort of like that, right? I mean, let's see. But I'm pretty sure yeah, they don't like that at all. So, what's a neat and tidy way to do this bloody thing? I think we're gonna have to make it a 2x2x2, right? That's sort of become clear, I would say. Especially if I want to sort of keep the room cold. Now, if I was walking in the bottom here, because we're not going to use our jetpack in this sort of room. I guess I'd be able to perform maintenance there. Yeah. Yeah, I think we'd be alright. Yeah. And then our little furnace pumps we'll put down here. Yeah, I'm just going to commit. Like, I'm all about being compact. That's cool. But, I think we're just going to have to commit to the 2x2x2. Which means probably put that there. I've already taken that one out. That door won't go there. What are we going to use? Drill? Wrench. Of course. It's always the one that I don't pick. We'll just pop that in storage here for a sec. Yeah. Okay. Like so. Yeah, seal the top in. I might just borrow these for the moment. Oh, hello, sir. Alright, so now we're sort of starting to make our little enclosure there. The door will have to go here. And jury's still out. Like I said, I could just have it as one door. And we could drain the room into sort of vacuum, which could be a pain in the ass, or we could just put an airlock, which is sort of what we're used to doing. Yeah, I could just do a shitty airlock like we did with the plant room. Because now that we're dealing with that 2x2x2 space, like it's a bit larger, I am kind of a little reluctant to drain the room just to go in. You know, like it becomes its own sort of ecosystem that's doing its own thing, and I don't really want to muddle with that if I can help it. Alright. Let's see. So we're going to have that come through. We're going to split sort ice into one. Now what were people suggesting? It was I could have one of these go straight to bear with me while I sort of try and create this in the old mine palace. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Jesus. Alright, so, we would have them paired off in a way. Okay, how do I hand drill? Alright. Wait, can you not change these? Oh, you can't actually hold C? Oh, that's cool, holding C. That's interesting. So you can't actually change the axis that these are on. Ah. You can only rotate them around, you know, a central sort of point. Probably do something. Let's get you out of the way for the moment. We'll get your furnace buddy in place. Alright, so we did that. It can be centralized. I guess that can poke out the back. I don't really like the idea of that because we're trying to create like a boundary. No, I want to... Crowbar. Fucking crowbar. That's what throws me, is this one. Alright, so say we did something like that. Right. Oh no, fuck you. Not like that at all. Alright. Crowbar. Yeah. Oh, you fuck. Right. So that needs to feed back into the front of that. Of that one. Oh. Well, actually, that doesn't need to be that close. Drill. No. What are you doing, you fuck? Get. You're killing me, game.
Tower low.
There it is. No, it's not. Oh my god. I'm sorry, team. This is killing me. That's it? That's it there. Yes. Yeah. See? We've got some good symmetry going on there. Right. Right, that should clear around fairly easily. Yeah, and that could loop around back into the front here. Right. Look at that. And I guess we could do maintenance from below as required. We could even lower them down so they're easier to you know, interact with. And then that's sort of like your exhaust one comes down there. Yeah, okay, cool. So it goes in there, it gets unloaded, goes through there. So let's say that's H. H goes out the left, everything else goes here. O2 and ice go out the left of this one, and everything else comes there. So we've drawn out all the ice meltables. And then that can come down. And, I mean... Truly, we could probably do this flat now, as much as I want to be able to... Well, actually, hang on. What if I came in here? Oh, you know what? We could do that. I could just come in here. I could access that. We could push that further out across. I would be able to access these. There'll be some stuff in the way, but to be honest, I'd be able to pull the chutes apart if I needed to. Because if we get a jam or something like that, I want to be able to get in here. That's the point. And then we can seal that in. Yeah, we don't need this bottom part because the chute that comes down here doesn't need to be cooled. Yeah. Alright, well I'm actually... Oh, I'm pretty chuffed with myself there. Alright, hang on. Wrench to deconstruct, Jesus Christ. I just can't get it right, hey? No, turn. There we go. Yeah, so it'll look like that. We'd come in through here. Yes, team. Things are looking good. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna have to change my power out. We'll rejig that. Very good. And then we'll get the cooling system and all that going. Nice. That's coming along. We're going to take big chunks out of that on the next episode for sure. Alright, team. Thanks again for joining me. Might just leave it there for the time being. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.